Soft instrumental music fades in. The scenery opens on a cozy podcast studio, split screen, style on one side. A background of Oslo's modern buildings surrounded by forests. On the other hand, the charming canals and brick houses of Rijswijk. Two young girls are sitting in their respective studios, wearing headphones ready to connect across borders. Welcome to Culture Connect, the podcast where young voices from around the world share what makes their cities shine. Today, we're diving into two incredible European towns, Oslo from Norway and Rijswijk from the Netherlands. What do they have in common, you may ask? Well, a deep respect for heritage, nature, and smart ways to move around the city. Meet Luciana and Isabella, two teens from opposite corners of Europe, coming together for a cultural exchange full of heart, love, and a lot of dogs. Let's jump in. Hi Isabella, I've been reading a lot about Rijswijk lately. It seems like a city full of history and life. I'd love to hear your perspective. How would you describe it?
Hey Luciana, that's a lovely question. I'd say Rijswijk heritage is a mix of creativity, trade and openness. You can feel it just walking down the street. The people are usually friendly but very formal and punctual. I love the dogs that live in the canals. What about Oslo?
Well, Oslo citizens are committed to protecting and reducing poverty, so they provide affordable housing, social programs, and job opportunities to make sure everyone can live a good life.
That sounds so peaceful. I love how both of our cities seem to show how we can live sustainably while taking care of the people.
We put a lot of thought into urban planning. New buildings are designed to blend in with older neighborhoods. It is big on using renewable energy and natural materials to reduce emissions. How about Rijswijk?
We primarily get around by bicycle, and although there are cars, they are very few in number and all are electric, as the trains and buses. The rivers are clean, and we take climate change very seriously. It also helps that you get a fine if you don't separate your waste. Most citizens have solar panels and an endless number of other ways to protect the environment. How do people get around in Oslo?
Oslo promotes electric transport. Almost all public transport here runs on renewable energy, and electric cars are super common. Our city is investing in wind energy to generate even more clean electricity to make a great impact. Definitely, we value sustainability, quiet living, and being close to nature. That's why clean transportation is such a priority.
Exactly. I'd love to walk through Oslo Forest and explore it one day.
And I'd love to bike along your canals and see those cute dogs.
That's amazing. Luciana, before we end, I was wondering, have you ever thought about the cultural and natural heritage in Oslo?
Totally! Oslo has amazing cultural sites. For example, the Akershus Fortress and the Viking Ship Museum are real pieces of history you can touch and see. That's what we call tangible cultural heritage. But we also have intangible heritage, like the Norwegian concept of friluftsliv, which means enjoying outdoor life and nature. It's more than a word, because it's a whole lifestyle.
Wow, I love that! In Rijswijk, we have things like old windmills and historic canals as our tangible heritage, and our traditional Dutch crafts and folk festivals are part of the intangible culture. Even the typical Dutch Viking culture is something we're proud of.
Exactly, and let's not forget about natural heritage. Norway has incredible fjords. They are even recognized by UNESCO. Oslo also has forests and protected parks that people visit to relax and explore.
Rijswijk may not have fjords, but our rivers and green spaces are well preserved. Nature is part of daily life here, and we're all about clean water and fresh air.
It's amazing how both of our cities protect their past, traditions, and nature despite being so different.
And that's what makes cultural and natural heritage so important. It tells our story and it helps build our future. We'll trade cities for a weekend.
We'll trade cities for a weekend. And that's a wrap on today's journey through Oslo and Rijswijk, two cities that prove how culture, sustainability, and community can shape a better future. From forest paths to canal rides, from solar panels to social programs, it's clear that even across borders, we share common dreams for the planet we call home. Thanks for tuning in to Culture Connect. Don't forget to share this episode, leave us a comment, and stay curious. See you next time, explorers! Thanks for tuning in to Culture Connect. Don't forget to share this episode, leave us a comment, and stay curious. See you next time, explorers! Soft music fades out, leaving the sound of birds chirping or bicycle bells ringing in the background. Podcasts, Cultural Heritage and Transportation in Oslo and Rijswijk.